I grew up in Northern California. I grew up with just my mom raising me, so I was just a single parent, and I wasn't in the church. My mom worked a lot, so therefore I stayed with friends or a few family members. Didn't have brothers and sisters, so that was my tie to everything that I knew. I reached a point where I decided that I was going to venture out, and I packed up all my stuff and drove out of California into Arizona and decided to live there for a few years. And then I met my husband, and we ended up on the East Coast after his military life, and up and down we went. We went through a few things back in 2010, 2011, and we had the opportunity to go back to California. And we got there and things weren't what we expected, and we were both asking each other, like, why did God put us here? What is he putting us through all this for? What reason, And so we knew that we wanted to make Charlotte our home, and we knew we would come back. And one of the biggest things is that's how we wanted our children to grow up. Grow up in the church, be involved with the youth group, teaching them about God and that they could always trust in Him, and He would always be there for them. And I think from our own personal experiences over the last few years prior to that, that's why we knew that He worked for us, and we wanted them to know that they could always lean on Him. We knew that we wanted to find a place to be home for us, and somewhere our kids could go and enjoy and meet new people and just be on the same page and be able to learn from others and be involved in the community. My father-in-law had moved to town, and so we were out searching, and my husband said, let's try this. And so we showed up here on No-Show Sunday. We pulled into the parking lot, and we were like, where did everybody go? Because we've drove by in the past and seen plenty of cars in the parking lot. And we were early, so we thought, oh, okay, we're early, no problem. And we walk up and we see the, as I said, the white sheet of paper with the welcome sign on it, and come in and see the instant coffee sitting on the side. And my first thought was the inside was beautiful, and I couldn't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to be there, appearance-wise. And then once we got in and listened to Robbie and Sam talk, and seeing them kind of fumble trying to keep it and pull it together, even the two of them just made us feel so welcome in the short amount of time. I ran into an old coworker that had stopped me and said, hey, make sure you come back next week. It'll be better, I promise. But even that, I didn't have a doubt in my mind, even in the first 20 minutes, that we would come back. I just had the feeling when we walked through the doors was so heartwarming and so welcoming, just walking through the doors alone. I got plugged into Hope City Kids with Nicole, and I work with her quite a bit with all the kids. Each one of their little souls is so fresh and so welcoming to the love that you're going to give them. And the biggest thing that me as coming from a teacher aspect, but then also being in the Sunday school classroom, is just to teach them that God loves them, and He's always going to be there for them. Because at the young age that they're at, there's not a lot that they can really comprehend, but the most important thing is that He loves them. I attend a life group with Nicole and Lena, and there's about 13 of us in life group. Life group is one of the biggest things that have helped me plug in. It means so much because for me, being here on the East Coast, my family's all on the West Coast. Being an only child, I didn't have the strong family connections that many people do. And so it's about friendships. And coming to Hope City, it feels like family, but truly it's a friendship that we build. And I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that I don't want this year to run out. I'm looking forward to having these friendships with these women. And I know I can call them at any point. I can text them. I can send them a note and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me out? Can you just talk me through it? Get me to, what I need to get through each day.